Bang! Neeves Knives. I'm Jared, and today we're going over some knives that I think you guys are sleeping on and deserve a lot more attention. Starting off with the new version of the CMB Predator in 14C28N, a knife that was already super awesome. Now is even better. I think this is one of the best budget knives you can buy. Very strong locking mechanism, and the way they do it is actually really good. It gives you a lot of, listen to this, a lot of resistance. So there's actually a detent there. The strength from the springs are really heavy, so you can feel that bar going behind there, and it makes it an incredibly strong locking system. Beautiful drop point blade. This is a low tip drop point blade, probably one of the most useful blade shapes you can put on a knife. And then look at this sharpening choil. It's actually done very similar to the way a Sebenza is done, which is probably the best sharpening choil plunge grind you can get on a knife. So this is one of the best I've ever seen as far as plunge grinds go. You see the plunge grind is way back there. You have all of this to sharpen off before you'll ever hit the plunge grind. Then we have different micarta, so this isn't the only option. There's multiple different options, but great micarta scales. And yeah, deep carry clip that's inset. That is also reversible. It has button screws, but they work fine, or the clip works fine. Very ergonomic, very useful, and yeah, man, hard to beat as far as a great work knife goes. Now, speaking of CMB, we're going to go back to some budget stuff, but the CMB made knives Dharma. I'm not going to say too much about it because it's been in a few videos, and it's such a good knife. Now, no, I'm not a big fan of the top flipper, but it does work. But the reverse flicking hole and the actual regular flipper work so good, I don't even care about that top flipper. M390 steel drop point blade, beautiful sharpening tool and plunge grind again. We have a faux titanium bolster with a steel liner lock. It does come in a couple different options, titanium backspacer and pocket clip. Very, very smooth on the drop, internal stop pins. Yeah, this is it's a winner, absolute winner, and yeah, I love this one, and it has a really cool sound. But let's get back to a couple more affordable knives. Now, this one, I actually like this a lot. Now, I want to be clear, the CJRB Terminus is a great knife. Now, this is the slip joint version. Now, this is, in my opinion, the easiest and best knife that's a slip joint that you can one hand open. And why is it? Well, when you pop it out of the detent, or what acts as the detent, now it doesn't close back on you, so you have no resistance pulling towards the closed position, so you can easily pop it out and roll it right around. But from here to open, it snaps into place. You have two little detent, or it's actually two little liners that have detents on them, so it's a double detent on both sides that has basically a liner on it. So yeah, it's a double detent knife. Yes, you can pop it out, but the strength of it is great. So if you are in an area where you have to have a slip joint, and you want something that's strong, reliable, tough, that just feels very solid, you should try this out. It's really, really good. And you can easily do it one-handed, but like I said, the snap is so strong, you have a ton of resistance. It feels really good. D2 steel, G10 scales, deep carry clip that's inset and reversible. Yeah, just what a great knife. It is a super solid knife, very ergonomic, great blade shape, and then like I said, it's so easy to use one-handed, and that's one reason why a lot of people don't like slip joints, because you have to use them two-handed. Not in that one's case. Next is the Kubey KU333, I think. It's the Leaf, the Kubey Leaf. Now this one is extremely useful. I'm gonna bring up a knife that's not on the list because I think it's, people do realize how good of a knife it is, but that is the Nightshade. But I'll still link it down in the description, but the VOSTEED Nightshade is a fantastic knife. Now these two have some similarities. The blade kind of acts like a recurve without being a recurve. So if you look, the tip points at everything you aim at. When you turn it towards something, it's going to trap the materials into the cut so you can make extended cuts. If you turn it around towards yourself, it's going to trap whatever you're cutting so it doesn't slip up and around the blade. This does the exact same thing. Points down, and the pinch grip is where it's at with this. Like, you have so much control with this knife. Now, if you want to turn it towards yourself, it'll trap. If you want to go and do slicing, it'll trap. It's basically aiming at anything you want to cut. It has a top flipper or front flipper, but you can use it with your thumb, or you can actually just pull down on it like a regular flipper, and it works great. So the action's good. Access to the liner's good. Deep carry clip that is reversible. T8 hardware all the way around. And it is an AUS 10 steel. So it's not D2. This one's actually a stainless steel, and it has a good sharpening choil and plunge grind. What a great little knife. I think you guys are sleeping on this one for sure. Next is another Kubey really quick. Now, this one I kind of understand because it looks so bland. I get it. It does look bland. But if you like bland and you like simple, this is a great one. The flipper tab is very comfortable, very snappy, AUS 10 steel. Access to the liner is really good. Very smooth on the drop. Thumb studs are also easy. It's a great size. G10 scales. Deep carry clip that's reversible with T8 hardware all the way around. And yeah, it's just a super solid EDC knife. Not the lowest tip. You know, it does have a little bit of a high tip and a big belly, but a lot of people like that blade shape. It's a very useful blade shape. So I think this one's a great one, especially for the money. Next. Now, I know this one's actually been pretty popular, but I wanted to let you guys know that I have a 10% discount code for Max Ace knives, any of the Max Ace knives. This is $142 to $148. With my 10% discount code, it winds up being like $120 something or something. It is crazy to not get this. I have it linked down in the description. Just make sure you use the discount code upon the purchase. And yeah, what a cool knife. This is the Max Ace Black Mirror M390 sheep's foot blade. Amazing sharpened choil and plunge grind. Titanium frame lock. Look at the access to the lock bar. That was made for me. They designed that for me. Same thing with the choil. The reverse flick is a great reverse flick. M390 steel, titanium milled pocket clip and back spacer. The fit and finish, just everything about this one is an absolute winner. I can't tell you that enough, but I know I've screamed about it already, so I'm not going to waste too much time on it, but just know it's very affordable down in the description. So is all the other Max Ace knives. Next is the Kizer Mad Tanto. My goodness, have I enjoyed this knife. One, the ergos are just, it's so good. And the design is by Damn Designs, and it has really good quality micarta, nice and grippy. The Tanto is a drop point American Tanto with a dual grind. So this knife is really good because you can use the primary tip, the secondary tip, or you can trap materials because the hollow grind kind of keeps the stuff in a certain spot on the blade because this gets thicker right there. So it helps kind of trap the stuff. Beautiful sharpening choil and plunge grind. It is a button lock and the action is stupid good. Very, very good and very comfortable in the hand. Deep carry clip that is inset, but it's not reversible. But yeah, this is an absolute winner. I can't, I've been screaming about this one since it came out. And oh yeah, and the steel is 154 CM blade steel. Forgot to say that. Stonewash blade. And I think it comes in a couple different options. I think it comes in a black micarta or a gray micarta or something. Next is the KANSEPT entity. I don't think I've seen anybody else with this knife, and it's surprising because it's so good. So good. This knife, they absolutely knocked out of the park in every way. There's only one little downside, and we'll talk about that in a second, but it actually makes up for itself. So we have amazing flipping action. This flipper tab is very comfortable, and it hammers out. Great detent. I would call this a perfect detent. Not too strong, not too light, just perfect. You break the detent, it opens. This one's the drop point version, but there is a clip point version, an S35 VM blade steel, titanium frame lock. And then here's the problem. The clip is ugly. The clip is ugly. It doesn't make sense on the blade or on the knife. However, it is so comfortable. It winds up working out. Whoever designed it with purpose because it literally, I can't express this enough. I can't feel this pocket clip. It's like it doesn't even have a clip. So it winds up being in a spot in your hand that you don't even notice. I guess if I really try to, I can tell it's there. But for the most part, if I just grab it naturally, I can't feel it. At least not much. The access to the lock bar is super comfortable and very well done. Very smooth on the drop. And it, like I said, man, it's so well done. I'm just surprised I don't see more people carrying this thing and raving about it because it's so good. Next is the, and maybe I'm wrong about this one, but the Artisan Andromeda. The Artisan Andromeda is, you guys might really like it. I don't know, but I just know personally after getting it, it is so useful. So to me, I like the look of it. I think it has a good looking style, very neutral ergos. Almost looks like a Barracuda or something. The beautiful spear point blade or drop point blade, whatever you want to call it, is going to be very, very useful. It is a button lock, and it comes in many, many different options, like from an affordable option all the way up to, you know, a premium option like this one. So there's a lot of different choices with this one as far as materials go. This one's the M390 with the red lava flow fat carbon fiber. I think this looks gorgeous. But yeah, the action's amazing. The fit, the finish, the ergos, just everything about it. It's a winner all the way around, especially for a light duty EDC knife that's not trying to be anything other than a good little pocket tool, right? Just to be a good knife. You know, it's not a work knife. I'm not going to say it's a work knife, but it's a great EDC knife and definitely gets the job done. Now, really quickly, I know this one's been very popular, but just to tell you guys, there is new versions of this, different colors. There's a gray and a black one that looks really, really good. There's a gold or like brass one. I don't think it's actual brass. It might, I'm not sure, but I know the color is brass. And there's just a few more options available. I'll link it all down in the description for you guys because there's some cool colors. And this is a good one. This one's hard to beat. Under 50 bucks. It feels like a premium knife. This feels like a $150 knife. Because this is steel, it's not titanium. That's how they got the price down. But it feels like titanium. If somebody handed it to me, I would have thought it was titanium. It just, you know, the way it's finished, they finished it very well. Very similar to how they would have finished it titanium, and there is titanium options, so I want to be clear about that. There's a lot of different options with this one, just like there is with this one, but this one I think costed me under 50 bucks, but it does have a deep carry clip that is reversible, button lock action, fantastic thumb stud deployment, great sharpening control and plunge grind, great blade shape, great size, great everything. It's not big, it's not too small, it's just right, and it looks damn good. You know, this is a knife that just looks good. And like I said, it feels so premium that, you know, it's hard to beat. But like I said, there's some new versions out there. So I just wanted to bring it to your guys' attention. Anyways, I just wanted to show you guys some options that I don't think people are giving as much attention to as maybe they should. And I think they do deserve it. And I think are better than maybe people think. So I'll link everything down in the description for you guys. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.